You hear our current mayoral candidates, all they do is talk about what people tell them. So I decided to hit the streets. I decided to talk to people about what their Toronto and what this city is worth to them. So we're going to start talking to people about whether this city is worth 50 cents a day to them. And I think the answers are going to surprise you. Would you agree that our transit's pretty terrible?
It's not the best, it's not the worst. I've been to a lot of cities.
Would you agree that transit in this city kind of is terrible?
Yes.
Would you agree that driving in this city is maddening?
I would agree that it's very poor.
Driving in Toronto is pretty darn terrible.
It sucks.
Would you agree that transit in this city, for a city of this size and this amount of people coming in every year, is really, really substandard?
Absolutely.
So you're Ford Nation, right?
100%.
All right. Tell me, if you can, what makes you a member of Ford Nation?
Because I live at Yonge and Finch and I take the subway to work every day.
Yes.
And I hate the TTC.
Would you agree that there's a whole segment of Toronto, homeless, people in shelters who have sort of been forgotten?
Every decade they get worse. I mean, we have more homeless people. You just have to walk around at night, you see them, and it's terrible.
Where should that money come from?
They should increase our property taxes.
I already like you. So you've heard the mantra that we're an overtaxed city. You heard that? Ready to
Yes.
train,
Yeah.
overtaxed city? Do you accept that?
Yeah, I do. I wouldn't want to pay any more.
Okay.
tax.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
I feel like I pay enough already.
I've just heard through watching the news and whatnot
Right.
that they'll write off like their toothbrushes, their toothpaste, and like that. Sorry.
We have way bigger problems than we're spending $20,000 a year for their office supplies. It doesn't matter. Stop focusing on the minutia, focus on the real issues.
I couldn't have said it better. In Toronto, a house that's worth about 600 grand, you pay about 5,000 in property tax. About 5,000. Okay?
Yeah, that seems ridiculous.
What would you guess you pay on the same house in Aurelia, Barrie, or Mississauga? On that,
3,000?
would it surprise you to know we pay about 8,000?
Really?
Does that surprise
Are you
you?
from Aurelia?
No. Would you be surprised to know that Toronto has some of the lowest property tax rates of anywhere in Ontario? Would that surprise you?
It would.
You're saying that when John Tory, Rob Ford, and Olivia Chow say that transit will be free and that Toronto taxpayers
Well, no,
will
we
not...
know it's not free.
Well, so, wait a minute, Rob Ford and Doug Ford say it will be free. You have to accept that. They just said it again yesterday, right? It will not cost an extra dollar.
Yes, they're going to try to find it somewhere else.
What amount of money extra per day, on top of what you already pay in taxes, would you be comfortable paying if you knew it was making a difference?
$500 per annum per household.
All right.
So it's $1.50 a day. or whatever.
$1.50 a day.
300
Per year?
per year.
So that would be roughly about 80 to 90 cents a year,
Yeah.
a day? Okay.
Yeah.
You'd be willing to spend $365 extra per year
Yeah.
if you knew it was making a difference?
Yes, if I knew it was making a difference. Yeah.
100%. So you'd be comfortable with about
Yes.
$3 a day, so roughly about $1,000 extra a year. I don't know what you do for a living, right?
That's not skin off my back.
You'd be willing to pay $10 a day more if you knew that it was really making a difference.
Exactly.
Okay.
If I know that there are social programs,
Yeah.
if I know that there is a good transit for everyone,
Yeah.
yeah, I would be willing to pay that.
I wouldn't want to pay any more, but if something minute, $1 or whatever it would be, something small,
All right.
no problem.
I would pay $10 a day if I saw a huge difference, but I'd have to see the difference.
Is $3,650. Would you be willing to pay that much extra a year?
If it made a huge difference, then yes.
Say 50 cents.
then they raise it up later on.
I just want a number.
Say 50 cents.
$1.
Okay,
$1.
We're both $1.
Are you at 50 cents?
A
You're at
dollar
a dollar,
50.
right?
There we go,
$1.50.
$1.50.
$7.30 a year, $2 a day. Young lady?
50 cents.
50 cents.
Wow, I would say a little higher. $5 a day?
All right, so hold on. I was not good at math, so every time we do this, I don't have like 5 times 365.
If I gave an extra $20 per day, and if all of those problems could be
Yeah.
solved, I'd be happy to do that.
We can actually make this city amazing and take care of everybody who needs to be taken care of for, guess what? Your amount of money a day. 50 cents a day. Is that something that would be a conversation you'd be interested in having with a mayoral candidate or hearing people talk about?
Yes.
Would it surprise you to know that we could do and make a significant dent in all of the things that Toronto needs now to make it the city we dream of for about 50 cents a day? Would that surprise you?
Shocks me.
50 cents a day. I take it that wouldn't make any of you freak out.
No. As you say, it's a conversation worth having.
I'm Ari Goldkind.
All right.
I'm the number 4 candidate for mayor, and I am the only one being honest. that we should raise our property taxes just a little bit for 50 cents a day to build all the things we need instead of making excuses of all the things we can't do. I'm Ari Goldkind. I am not in Ford Nation. I am running for mayor.
When you debate, I suggest you
Take a
come
beat.
out. You come with a really good plan for TTC.
I always
because
do.
that is. I'm going to tell you right now.
You go home and look.
That is going to win you probably the little votes that you need to take over second or third or even first.
I just want to win you over, and then we'll go to the gym and
It's,